Okay, so this is actually how do I put this? Super goated. That's the way I'd probably put it. We got the trailer for Prehistoric Planet Ice Age. This is a really good, really good documentary. So I'm really hoping to see what we're gonna get. Uh, so yeah, let's just start on it. Let me move the camera closer. All right, there we go. I'm gonna watch through it once and then go back and give commentary.
Journey back 1,000,000 years to the Ice Age. From the Big Freeze to the Great Thaw, life finds a way.
Okay, so right off the bat, I just want to say this is my second time recording, unfortunately. So, not my genuine reaction. I've only made it halfway through. I had to delete a whole bunch of stuff because my phone ran out of room. So, I want to go back a little bit to the sloths.
From the big...
Go back to the sloths, I said.
Journey back 1,000,000 years.
God, I wish I didn't go back so far.
To the Ice Age.
Okay, so you saw it on the mammoths, but you also see it on the sloth right here. Take a look at that fur. That is some great sullying right there. And that's what that method of like 3D modeling is called. It's called Sully because it's named after the character from Monsters, Inc. Because, Pixar, they faced a real problem trying to work with Sully for Monsters, Inc. So what they did is they developed a whole new method of 3D animation, and they called it Sully after the character it was used for. And, it's basically like a method on how to control like millions of different little hairs. But, that sloth model probably has about like 1 billion.
From the Big Freeze to the Great Thaw, life finds a way.
Okay, so man, do I really? I'm so glad that we're getting Australia. I just really want to say that. I don't know what this bird is. It's a freaky looking bird. Also, we're getting I saw a Fusa. We're getting the.
Experience the Ice Age.
Oh, wait for it.
Life finds a way.
I forget. So we're getting a Fusa. So, we're getting probably a Mega Cryptoprocta. That's the giant Fusa. So yeah, we're going to be getting some like pretty obscure stuff. Yeah, I like the obscure stuff. And there's one coming up that like really caught me off guard because, I was like saying like, oh, hopefully we'll get so and so, and sure enough, there it appears. So it's not just the Pleistocene and Holocene. We're probably going back like as far back as like the chart over there. So there's the Holocene, Pleistocene. We're probably also going to be going back to the like Pliocene. The Pliocene. So that is really, really good. I like that. Also, how do you like my Postosuchus up there? When I got that, I was like trying to find a place to put it, and then I decided like, oh, put it up on top of the TV. And then I actually really loved it right there because it looks like one specific shot from Walking with Dinosaurs in which the Postosuchus is like walking over a ridge.
Experience the Ice Age like never before. Discover a world beyond the ice.
Okay, I love this. I have never considered the possibility of mammoths having to like go outside of the cold zone and into like deserts. I actually really love that idea. Oh, the testicle neck bird. I don't know what kind of bird that is. Might be Geniornis. Might be a type of moa. But either way, yeah, we're getting moas, and I saw you saw in like a previous shot that we're getting like, the blue one is like that's a male moa because they were like 3 times smaller than the females.
Face to face with creatures.
Okay, man, I missed it. I'll just come back for it. Macrocania. Stellar sea cow. And there it is! There it is, Enhydriodon. Man, was I taken aback when I saw Enhydriodon make a cameo appearance. Dude, I love Enhydriodon. It is so underrated. So what it is, you can see right there was the, what I assume is a Homotherium for size comparison. It is just a lion-sized otter, which is absolutely horrifying to think about. Like just a massive lion-sized otter. Okay, that little elephant was definitely not a little elephant. Okay, I stop.
On an epic 5-part event, where the surest way to survive.
Ah, man, no, go back.
Join us on an epic 5-part event. Where the
Oh my gosh. They got accurate Megalosaurus. I actually really love that. We know what Megalosaurus looked like because of cave paintings. So, I love that.
surest.
What are you? Oh my god, we got Megalania. Didn't even notice that. Okay, we got a tiny marsupial.
Wait.
I don't know what it is.
Survive.
Look at that! Oh, we got Thylacoleo. This is going to be really controversial. I am not sold on Thylacoleo being striped. I definitely think it would have had more of like a wood pattern. Like I know that there's that one cave painting that shows like what is supposedly a Thylacoleo with stripes. But I think that was just a thylacine that got drawn weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like, having Thylacoleo with stripes, it just doesn't feel right, especially like when you have the thylacine, which also has stripes and the exact same color pattern. Because, obviously, there's a pretty big difference between a thylacine and a Thylacoleo. One's essentially a marsupial jackal. See it up there. And also over there. And the other one is a marsupial cat, which I got over there. Don't know if you can see it. Actually, I should just bring it over. But man, look at that model. Come here. So yeah, obviously there's a pretty big difference between this and a marsupial dog. So, I don't think that they would have had the same color pattern. So I personally am, against this. Like, whatever the most common tree is in Australia, I feel like it would have had a pattern similar to that. Because, hear me out, this is a crazy theory of mine. So, Thylacoleo could rear up on its hind legs, right? It had talons for thumbs. And you want to know what else? Hugs up on trees, and has talons on their feet. The Yowie. And I ain't talking gay anime porn. I mean like Australian Bigfoot. So in Aboriginal folklore, they say like the Yowie will hug up against a tree pretending to be one, and waits for you to come along, and then it will ambush you. If that ain't what Thylacoleo does, I don't know what is. Like that description sounds like Thylacoleo. He even has like the flat man face. And oh my god, I love what they did. They remove the fur from the nose. I always love a Thylacoleo with a very wombat-like face. Get across the point that this is no ordinary wombat. It's the combat wombat. It's mortal wombat. So yeah, I think that Thylacoleo would not have had stripes, and that one cave painting is actually just a thylacine that got its head drawn weird. But besides that, I love this. I love me Thylacoleo so much. I spent $10 on that little miniature I showed you. That's how much I care. I got ripped off, to be frank.
Is together.
Oh.
Prehistoric Planet Ice Age.
Oh, okay. I'll go wait. There's some more.
Only on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, okay. To
the great Thor.
Okay, so this is probably like a baby Gompasir, I think. It looks very Gompasir-like.
Life finds a way.
These Procoptodon, I love the fact that they're walking accurately. Yeah, they walk. They kind of walk like mammalian theropods. Which is actually really cursed to think about. But, I don't know what's scarier, seeing like a big red kangaroo hopping at you, or to see one of these things full sprint running at you. I think the running option is a little scarier because of how, used we are to kangaroos hopping. But, yeah, I can't believe we're getting Australia. I love that fact so much. This bird, don't know, that just looks like a marabou stork, if I'm going to be honest. We've got this Glyptodont right here. I love the Gila monster pattern. Of course, later on in the trailer, it's revealed that that's actually a baby. I love the fact, I love the detail that the baby looks different from the adult. Like, has a different pattern to help it camouflage more. Love it. Here's the big old Fusa. Big old melanated Fusa, which is technically pronounced Fush. But eventually got fused with the Polish word for cat, pusa, into fusa. Which, look, my God, that's not even a model. That, of course, I'm over exaggerating. Of course, it's a 3D model, but like, my God, that just looks like a real animal. Look at that. And then that lizard, and you got this bird. It kind of looks like a cassowary and an emu. But it's probably more than likely a moa. Maybe Geniornis. Or maybe it's a close-up shot of the male moa. You got Mammoth, Coelodonta.
Discover a world beyond the ice.
Oh boy, yeah. There's a big close-up shot of the testicles. Woo! God, that's nasty. I don't know. I know that actual real birds have that, but there's like one bird that actually has that, but I don't know how to feel about it on a moa.
Come face to.
Okay, so I don't know if I said this already. I have a feeling that's either Megatherium or Erematherium, but I am leaning more towards Erematherium because Erematherium is the one that I always see portrayed as gray. Meanwhile, even when it's hairless, Megatherium, which I do have over here, is always tan. So, even a professionally made educational documentary like this with no awesome broness involved, it's still a little subject to paleo art depictions. So I think this might be Erematherium. Also, it's looking like a little bit shorter than most Megatherium typically do. I know there's those plants for scale. Probably some pretty big plants, but like Megatherium, that's like a 2-story monster, and then Erematherium is just like a little bit smaller. Here we got Macrokenia. It's inflating its nose. I've actually never seen it do that before. Yeah, Macrokenia. Oh, and we got the stellar sea cow. That is so cool. That's so cool to see.
Imagination.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. We got anhydride on everybody. This is so poggers. I feel so Sigma right now. We got Enhydriodon. I love me that giant otter. Yeah, finally Sabertooth. Like, dude, that's how big this thing was. Like, you've been to the zoo and you've seen lions. This was an otter the size of a lion. Like, dude, that's like mad dangerous. Like, do you have any idea how psychotic otters can be? And here's the crazy part. This thing might have acted like fucking Caprasukis of all things. I'm sorry for my language, but that is just bizarre to me. Because you got this like little crocodile with tusks. That's like, it only gets about as tall as a cat. And then you got this a giant otter, which gets about as tall as a very big cat called a lion. And both probably have the same niche of waiting by the water side and then running out on land and then dragging you back in and drowning you. Like, that is so crazy to me. That Enhydriodon is doing the same thing that Caprasukis did, just way bigger. Okay, that might be Paleoloctodon falconeri. Very, very tiny elephant. And when I first saw it, I thought it might be Platybelodon, but no, it's not. Yeah, some kind of well, no, Paleoloctodon is not a Gompacera. It might be some kind of Gompacera, don't know. Here we got the Glyptodon. Very nice. That baby is absolutely adorable, very marketable.
Join us.
I don't. Here we got the sloths. This is probably Mylodon. They were the most far north living.
On an epic 5-part event.
Oh, okay, so we got Doedicurus too.
We're the surest.
Man, look at that. That is crazy. Imagine seeing that in real life. Okay, now what are you? Okay, we got Megalania down there. But what is this cute little marketable goober right here? Ooh. Well, I don't do my cute little goober dance for free. Okay, I'll just do this one. Ooh. I've been rewatching Smile with Friends lately. I do not know what that is. It's definitely some kind of kangaroo. I don't think it'd be a baby Procoptodon. Maybe a qual. It's not a baby Selacoleo either. I don't know what it is. But it sure is cute looking. And I don't know if this Megalania is climbing or not, but if it could climb, that sounds absolutely horrific.
Fine.
And there we go. There he is again. Ooh, I really like this ground. This is more than likely Northrotheriops, just based on the location and as well as the fur pattern. But I could have sworn that Northrotheriops was what was it? Blonde. I really like the fact that it's carrying a baby on its back. It looks like a Tarmandura. I do like that. We got a Teratorn swooping in, probably Argentavis. You got a close-up shot. Ain't that adorable?
It's together.
Oh, that is a grizzly mug right there. Just the roaring Procoptodon. And they got the face-hugging lion.
Prehistoric Planet Ice Age.
All right then. Another banger from everybody's favorite child slave company that runs the child slave mines in Tanzania, where all the little child slaves mine what was it, lithium. So yeah, I would say this is a super Sigma moment. The only thing that would make this better is like what if they made merchandise? But then again, I'd go broke, wouldn't I? So yeah, like this is looking great. I absolutely love this, and I am so glad to see that we're getting Enhydriodon, because I personally think Enhydriodon's super underrated. In fact, I'll let you in on a secret. I'm actually writing a book right now And Hydriodon actually plays a pretty big role, although it's never directly stated. And it won't be until, like, I don't know, maybe like the second book, when it's directly said what happened to you-know-who. Not gonna say their name, but, yeah. Man, what was I going to say? So yeah, overall, something happened. Oh, okay, no, it didn't. It did not stop recording. So overall, yeah, I feel so Sigma right now. This is really good. I don't know what else to say. I just love this. Like, I really love this so much. I cannot wait to see it. I'll have to see it when it comes out. If I can't pirate it, I'm gonna have to buy it. Like, I am willing to spend money just to see this, or at least make a new account so I can get a new free trial of Apple Plus. So yeah, I can't wait for this thing to come out. When does it come out? I don't think it said. But, like, dude, this is so cool because, like, first we got Nano Tyrannus being confirmed, and now we got this. I like this. This is really good. Anyways, that's going to be all for now. See you.